Hey y'all, this is Conrad Lane here. Welcome to Story Time with Conrad Lane. Just playing, but not really. I'm gonna tell you a story about my beautiful Mercedes that I really loved and really miss it, and went through a total loss. So I'm gonna share what happens if your car goes through a total loss on Turo. And I left a video below to show you the actual video. I am the real deal. This really happened. I had a beautiful Mercedes, and it's gone now. So I left a link below to that video so you can see the distraught I went through and just dealing with a drunk driver who destroyed my beautiful Mercedes. But the good thing is this: I bought the deal in a wedge, and with the wedge, I'm also real estate licensed. I've always been insurance licensed for over 8 years, and wedge just means buying below market value. So I bought the car below market value. So the car is worth, let's say, for example, 22K, 22,000 some change, and I got the car for close for like just under 17,000. So it's like 16,900 some change. I got a deal in the wedge to purchase the car outright. And so what happened is that once I purchased the vehicle, it was rented out every single day, like all the time. But every time I got it back, I loved just being in it. It was comfortable. It looked beautiful. And yeah, it was destroyed. I didn't get any response from the. I rented the car out. It was a guy. It was for a 2 week booking, and so it was a good booking. He booked it, and then he was supposed to return the car back. I didn't hear from him, so he went missing, went AWOL on me. And then when I finally got in contact with him, he was kind of like acting a bit shady. Wasn't really disclosing what happened. He'd say, "Oh, your car's wheels out" or something. He lies. I forgot what he said. He was so dishonest. But the point is, once I located the vehicle, I found out that it was actually seized from him, and he was driving while drunk. He was driving while intoxicated, DUI or DWI in some other municipalities. He was driving while intoxicated and driving under an influence, and he damaged my car. I saw it. I left a video below. It was destroyed. I knew. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is not going to be good." So the whole point is, Turo, they really gave me peace of mind. They really, it's crazy. It's kind of like having a best friend. When things get rough in life, or times get rough in life, and your best friend really has your back and takes care of you, it's the bad times that prove when you have a good friend or good spouse or good wife or good husband or good friend or good family member, the people that are there for you in the hard times. I have to say, hey, Turo was there for me in one of the hardest times. A beautiful car that I really liked and enjoyed, but I wanted to rent it out as a business, as a business expenditure. I rented it out, and it was a business profit for me. But unfortunately, it was total loss. But they were there for me. They took care of the whole process. And how it works is like this: if you guys actually go through the whole claim process, what they'll do is, before a trip and after trip, you always want to take pictures. So you take pictures of your vehicle before, so that you can prove that your car was in good condition. Always do that. Second, once you find out the vehicle was damaged, immediately you go locate the vehicle, get pictures taken immediately, and then you actually file a claim immediately. The cool thing about this is that doesn't matter what tool plan I would have selected, and I'm going to share the math with you, I would have profited because I bought the deal in the wedge. And I always say this: buy a car below market value if you can. If you can't, you can't. But do your best to negotiate a price, and so you get under the deal. So, for example, I was on a Turo 60. So someone say, "Oh, of course you benefit because you're on a Turo 60." For those that it's a $0 deductible. That's true. It really benefited me, especially since I had a Turo 60 at the time. But I'm on a Turo 90 now. But if I would have even had been on a Turo 90 at that time, I would have still benefited because it's a $2,500 deductible. That's the highest deductible that Turo has so far. Because remember, if I bought the car, I'm gonna just round the numbers up and round the numbers down. So I bought the car for just under 17,000. It's like 16,900, something like that. Let's round it to 17,000 to make numbers easy. And the car was worth around like 22,000, like 200, something like that. But let's bring that down to 22,000. So right now, remember, I bought the car, say 17,000. The car's value was 22,000. So that means, and Turo Insurance, doesn't matter which Turo Insurance plan you pick, they pay you for what the car's worth, what the retail amount is for what it's worth currently. So since I bought it in the wedge and it was destroyed, I got paid $5,000 because I was on a Turo 60. I don't prefer that, actually. That's what I call dead money. That means I have to figure out what to use that money for again. It's not passive anymore. But I still won. Actually, it was great. So I still rewarded $5,000 check. Basically, basically the difference of what I owe. I earned 5,000. That's what I earned. But even if I would have picked the Turo 90, like the plan I'm on now, was a $2,500 deductible, that means I would have had to pay a $2,500 deductible. I still would have won and got $2,500. Just remember, the profit I made was $5,000 because I had a $0 deductible. So not only I would remember I'm making 60% of what the booking rate is, I would have made 90%, so I'll make 30% more for those 2 weeks, and I would have still made $2,500 at the end because the $2,500 deductible. So it doesn't matter which way I would have went, if it was the Turo 60, the Turo 75, the Turo 80, Turo 85, Turo 90, it doesn't matter. I would have won in all situations because, like I always state, people, you get the best deal in the beginning. That's how you have the most control, and that's how you actually profit the most. Always understand is, yes, insurance is important. Selecting the correct Turo insurance, or the correct Turo plan, but the problem is, always understand it's not just about that. It's about how well you enter the deal. If you get a good deal in the beginning, now you can win at the end. The way you start is the way you typically finish. If you get a bad deal, you get a bad deal coming out because you always end up making less money because you start with a bad deal. If you start with a good deal, you typically end with a good deal because you start off in a good way, so you have more chance to accrue more profit and earn more money. So that's what benefited me. So the cool thing about Turo is they took care of the whole process. They paid me out very quickly. They send you an email through, it's called title procurement. You get an email, they'll send you the documents. You just basically e-sign and you're done. The Turo reps will call you, they'll walk you through the whole process. They'll say, I'm so sorry. They're very nice about it. And they say, sorry you've been through this, but we got your back. And they take care of you. The next step, Turo takes care of everything. They pay you direct deposit. So all the money, so if you bought the car outright, you get that money back in your account. If you're on, say, a lease or something, they'll pay the lease company back in full. And they'll send them a check. If you own the car, like say for example, it's financed to own, then they'll just pay the difference. So if you bought it in a wedge deal, but say you have a car financed, they'll pay you whatever the amount is over. So you'll end up making more money that way if you got a good deal. So they'll pay your loan off. And by getting a low enough deal, if you get it below market value, I always recommend getting and considering getting gap insurance, which is called guaranteed asset protection. And it's usually an add-on used typically. And what gap insurance does, it pays for the negative equity. So for example, say if your car's worth whatever, let's say it's worth 17, say it's worth 22,000, right? But say it depreciated to, as soon as you drive off the lot, to 20,000, right? And now, so what's going to happen is when Turo insurance pays you out, they'll only pay 20,000, but your loan still has $2,000 left, right? Gap insurance pays that negative equity. That's the value in a part of gap insurance. It's usually very cost effective. Always recommend people doing it. If your gap insurance doesn't cover that, try to get, like say it doesn't cover rental cars, then you want to consider commercial gap insurance. There's ways to find it, but always consider getting gap insurance so you're paid out. But most importantly, if you get a good deal, you usually don't need gap insurance. I still recommend getting it, but to make your own decisions. But if you get a low enough deal in the wedge, that means even if you have gap insurance or not, you're still going to be paid out like I did. Even if I had gap insurance or not, doesn't matter because the amount I got the deal so low for $17,000 for the Mercedes. I got paid $5,000 in profit because I was paid $22,000. That's the benefit of this. So if you do that, that actually gets you paid out a lot more and a lot faster because that way, like there's no confusion. You're paid out, your loan's done. And like I said, if you bought it out right, you just made $5,000 profit right there. And even if you have finance to own, you still make a profit. You're good. Just get the deal low though. The next step, the cool thing is you get to select any body shop you want. So you pick a body shop that you like, and typically Turo will actually tow the car there for you. They take care of all of that. And even if the store, oftentimes body shops usually have storage fees. They take care of that too. And how it usually works, most body shops, and not this isn't always true, but most body shops that I've dealt with, they remove storage fees as long as you do business with them. But for example, if it's a total loss, they're not going to fix your car. That means you took up space in their lot, and they'll usually want to charge you for that. So you get storage fees that accrue daily. So sometimes it can be like $30 per day, sometimes $40 per day, sometimes $50 per day, sometimes $100 per day, sometimes even more expensive than that. Turo takes care of that. So it's more peace of mind. You don't have to worry about that. They take care of that. And what they usually do is they'll get your car towed to their storage lot that they usually have affiliation with. And where the storage lot typically is where they'll take insurance, total loss of vehicles to sit, because the whole claims process might take some time and they don't want to keep on paying the body shop for storage fees. So they take care of that too. So you don't have to worry about the storage lot. You don't have to worry about the storage fees. You don't even have to worry about the claim process. The Turo reps take care of it. They handle it. The claim handlers take care of that. They send you everything through DocuSign. You can DocuSign it through email, which is cool. And once you get paid out, they just direct deposit the money into your account. Turo has been one of the best experiences with claim process. They're so fast, so efficient, so friendly, and they really try to help you. And I love, and that's what they really, it's kind of like having that good friend or good spouse, good husband, good wife, where they were there for you in the beginning. That's how I feel about Turo. Is that now they earned my trust, my loyalty, and that's why I want to grow with this company. And even more, I want to invest in the company once they go through their whole IPO process of becoming a public company that you can invest in on the stock market. And that's what it's about. So, recap. Turo makes it, from my personal experience, but always do your own due diligence to make it very easy, even if you're going through a disaster like I did, as the video shows below, where my Mercedes was totaled. They help you, they speak with you, they're very nice with you, they're considerate. They take care of everything. They'll get the car towed from wherever it's at. They'll tow it to your body shop of choice. They can even help you find a body shop if you need help. They'll help you take it to a body shop of your choice. If it's total loss, they'll help you take it to a storage lot typically, so they stop, so they're not charged daily for the storage fees rates that body shops charge, since they're not working on your car and it's just sitting there. And they find that for you too. You don't have to worry about that. They send you everything through pretty much e-sign and DocuSign, so you sign it through your email. Then they direct deposit any money that you're owed. Pretty easy, pretty beneficial, and that's how you actually deal with the whole uh, Turo process of claims. And they're really helpful in my personal opinion. I have nothing but good things to say, and that's how you do it. So if you guys have any comments or questions, leave the links below and leave some questions below for me. I'd be more than happy to elaborate. Also, if you guys want to learn more tips and tricks, follow me at Conrad Layn on Instagram. Like, subscribe, share. Love you guys. Conrad Layn out. Peace.